Adyashanti once said, "If what we were thinking was put on loudspeaker when we walked out of the house, no one would ever leave their home." At one point or another, some more than others, humanity and humans are simply one big walking insecurity, doing their best to cover up what they think no one should know or hear about them. The reason a comment like this may not land well with many is that it's so common, and all of us do it, that it seems normal and nothing out of the ordinary to have to pay attention to. It comes back to my analogy of the mind in Hurricane Katrina and being a forever resident in New Orleans. The mind never stops, a.k.a. Hurricane Katrina in this instance. And if you were born into that, grew up in that, and knew nothing but that, why would there be a reason to change it, especially if everyone around you is doing the same thing? In steps the natural progression of the soul and the natural happening of a 15-year-old turning 16 or an 8th grader going into 9th. As clarity comes about, its natural tendency to do so over lifetimes, you begin to see just how much you've tried so desperately to cover up and not let others see, let alone yourself, what it is your ego has told you and continues to tell you to stay in control and to keep itself employed throughout your existence. No one wants to work themselves out of a job, right? The top entity on that list that doesn't want to be unemployed? The ego. As the individual begins to wonder what is outside of New Orleans in Hurricane Katrina, they naturally step out into more clarity. And at first, it's incredible and makes you want more of it. As you get further down the road, that clarity brings up many great things to see, expand, and evolve. But with that also brings up the stuff you wish you weren't there. That we always seem to have the ability to distract ourselves, lie to ourselves, and not want to deal with. This part of the path is why so many get a good way down the path and then nest or tell themselves that no more seeking is necessary. And after what I directly experienced, as you go further down the path, I can completely understand why this happens and why the natural impulse that is in all of us slowly gets dampened out by the ego, who can so desperately wants to stay employed, and what an incredible employee it is. For those who continue to walk down this path, I hope these messages simply help you understand that you are not alone and that this is normal. More normal than anything you could possibly do in your life, but also the toughest. I've caught myself many times over the last year laughing at myself for the things I've said and done in the past, for the things I say and do still currently in today's world, understanding that I am the biggest walking insecurity that I know myself, and I'm becoming more okay with this as time unfolds. And this path shows you there's nothing you need to hide or conceal, because it will all be coming up on your way to truth.